Hi everyone, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Excuse me. The idea of being a peacemaker. Right. Now, I've mentioned videos like this where it's good to help other people and to find solutions to problems that people are having. And so I've done videos like that. So in this regard, another peaceful situation, right? That could be the title of the video, I don't know, that I've resolved. But this one is very interesting because it relates to how you, maybe the person who's not at the top of a church or an organization, maybe a bit of the middle person, can still have an influence that can help other people. And by allowing the fire to burn out, you can prevent a lot of damage. And so let me share with you with regards to what I'm willing to share with you objectively in the situation. And so basically one individual needed help with my advice on a certain thing. And the thing was, that person was having trouble getting trust from people in the moment. And so that's the thing. When you want to help another person and they're trusting you in this moment, you have to be delicate, be patient, and allow them to come to you, and they will share with you what's on their mind. And then going further with the story, it was a bit of, okay, when they started to have that trust with me, they were asking, okay, can you just affirm with the other people that this is okay, that I don't need this extra service, etc., that I'm okay and we just move on from here? And I said, okay, yeah, why not? And so being very objective about this, because I just always want to be confidential and be respectful of people. The thing is, by someone coming to me and me taking the time to talk with the people who are involved also in the case, and I've done this for several other clients in the situation that are very similar, you gain the skill and ability to delegate and handle hot topics and make sure that they diffuse without any situation happening. That's a skill. That's a skill of being a peacemaker in my regard, because, okay, maybe sometimes you have to take the direct, forceful route and say, oh, we're not going to handle this. We're going to go this way. You are not acting in accordance with our rules, our bylaws. We're going to move forward. You went against it. So now that's just the price you're going to pay now for me being the leader. But I really think with the way that humanity is moving forward, with the idea of really considering backstory, your problems to a situation, taking the time to listen, taking the time to not judge the person right off the bat, really allowing them to come to you, and using this idea that I've learned from social work of solution-focused therapy, it really puts the dynamic back into their hands, their concepts, their idea of solving the world, the problems around them, because you recognize as someone who's listening, hey, I don't know that person in their situation. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what they are suffering from or what the situation is, but it'd be better if they talk to me and ask for my help in the situation, and even further, give me the solutions the more we talk, where they come up with the ideas in their mind and they're like, wow, if I tackle this project right now, if someone was talking to me as Mike the MC, the counselor, if I tackle this, Mike, if I go out of my way to talk with this person, or I go out of my way to apply for a different job that can help me and my family, maybe that'll be the difference. And did I do anything? I just listened. I just listened to that person, and that made a big, huge difference. Because when you listen, like a mirror, someone who, I don't know, a wall, right? You're reflecting back to that person those ideas of trust in themselves, right? Because you're not responding, you're not getting agitated, you're not overreacting to what they're saying, and you're allowing them to trust in what they're saying, to value what's coming out of their mouth, their opinion, their idea. And that is the power of solution-focused therapy that I've learned in my last class here at my school. But I think it's a very powerful way of looking at things where, okay, if you're going to be a peacemaker, right, does the peacemaker go out and do things as well? And I say, yeah. So let me ask you, share in the comments, are you a peacemaker by taking the direct route, or do you prefer to allow the fire to die? And how do you handle situations that people are going through by listening? And what kind of interventions do you like to use to help other people? And I think that goes into a bit of a reflection. You know your strong areas of intervention. You know, okay, I'm really good at talking with people. I'm really good at listening to people. I'm really good at linking the connections between other people for resources. I'm really good at sharing times of events for people, so that way they can get to the party, they could get to the event, they could get to the the food bank, right? They can get to these other areas that are going to be serving people like the other people that we just talk about in the situation with more people and clients, right? And so when you know information, or when you know all these different things, you know how to move items, you know how to work a farm, right? It could be any skill. When you find the skills that you can put into your interventions to help people, right, recognize that those are not wasted. Even with jobs that you failed in, you can still tweak them to where they can help you in your personal pursuits in life. So like, for example, another one, I did not use my business cards for one other job because I left right before school. And the thing was, yeah, those cards now may be wasted, but I could still get some new cards from the same company because I know what they're worth to me. I know how I can use them to advocate for me and my business. And I know that it's trustworthy now. I know that company where I bought the business cards, I can have another batch come my way. And that's the thing. Even with the old ones, maybe I'll just trash them, who knows, but at least I'm aware of solutions by the fact of me going about and finding them for myself. When you go out and find the solutions for yourself, when you go out and find the solutions that take some time and effort to find, right, you'll learn that by pushing yourself to find them, you're going to grow. You're going to grow mentally, grow in awareness. You're going to grow this sense, hey, I could find a solution that I can now go and tackle and find another solution for another problem. I pushed myself hard today, but that is what's forming. It's forming you. You're using your own actions. You're becoming strong, and there the attraction is building up within you from other people. Because they say, whoa, Mike the MC, I didn't know you can handle this different item, this different project. I didn't know you can do this. And the thing was, I didn't get to that point until I started working on myself. To find these other solutions, working on these projects, these papers, talking with other people in front of the crowd in different situations. And so by going out and push myself in these different areas, now I'm able to give to you what I've learned over the years. And even if it's in a matter of seconds, a matter of day, I'm able to teach you something that I just learned. And if I comprehended it, boom, I'm now a reliable teacher. And now we go back to the idea of not just trust, but considering, okay, being a peacemaker, I can now bring a peaceful solution to people because I have it right here in the mind. I know how I can bring it about for people to use. Right. I know how to diffuse the situation. Right. And that not only builds trust within you, but trust within the people around you. The people around you are going to say, wow, I like this counselor. I like that leader. I like that boss. I like that Mike the MC, et cetera, because he's actually taking the time to do the same things that we're doing, knowing the steps that we have to go through, the loopholes, and he understands this and this and this, and so I trust him because I know that he has made it from point A to point B, made it to the finish line. I can trust him because I know now that he's able to do what I need him to do. To ask him for my help for the situation, he's able to do it. He's coming through. So that is what happens for you. When you're able to get from the start to the finish, that is a way of being a peacemaker. And that may be the title of the video. From start to finish, when you know how to solve something and you have that bit of trust, that aura about you that now, hey, this guy knows, this lady, they know how to solve the problem, bam, your law firm is growing. Your own personal businesses are going. Your own products are selling because the people see the trust within you, that charismatic trust that's really earned by myself, the ones you and I that have gone out to find these solutions. People see it. That's a selling point. Smiles sell, they make deals, but it's also trust, that aurora, right? That aura about you that really can gain a person's trust when they say, wow, I see how confident they are. That confidence is kind of convincing. I'm going to go with that because I think that person's been there to the other side and found the gold, the solution, what I'm looking for. And so when you make it from the start to the finish, right, to handle that way, that's how I like to handle as a peacemaker situations where people have that trust in me. But it comes back to a bit of idea of trust from the previous video where if people are going to put all that responsibility back on you, right, you got to be able to handle it in such a way so quickly. Now with regard to this video, that people could say that, wow, he handled that problem so fast. That's a good leader. That's a thinker, right? And that's how you convince people to trust you in different areas. But being a peacemaker, what are your favorite methods, ways of helping people? How do you like to approach problems when you're working with others or in groups, right? Or through the other medias, telehealth, et cetera, with other media, because I've seen all of that start to flourish and help other people as well. When you recognize, hey, I don't have to be in the same area face to face with somebody, but at least I could talk to you on the phone or through the camera, that at least I'm sharing with you visuals, ideas, audios that you can use to help and build your own personal strength and gain to recognize that you are a worthy person. You're a worthy person and an advocate that's really making the difference for other people. You're becoming the servant leader in social work. You're serving the people, but by doing that, you're leading the people to the direction of victory. And that should be inspirational for you to consider and something further to reflect on. All right, everyone, I hope this video finds you well today. Reflect on that you can guide people to the victory when you know how to go from the start to the finish. That's my way of handling problems. But when you have gained that trust from other clients where they recognize, wow, you can solve the problem just like that, that's one way of being a peacemaker. And when that is convincing to other people, you're going to start getting more clients, more business, more people working for you that want to start buying your products even, and all of a sudden you are now flourishing in your business and your trust because you recognize you have something going for you, and by tackling the world and different parts of challenges throughout your life in different ways, you'll start to trust in yourself. You'll start to trust in yourself and your abilities to tackle bigger projects, and you're going to start growing in many different ways. Believe me, it's going to happen. All right, everyone, I hope this video finds you well today. Take care. Have a good one.